Alright, this next inequality we're solving is again a quadratic inequality, degree 2. And the first thing I don't like about this problem is that the right-hand side of this inequality doesn't have 0. So what I need to do is I need to rewrite this inequality by subtracting 4 from both sides. And that will give me x squared minus 64, which direction was this? Greater than, okay, is greater than 0. Now, this factors, again, as x plus 8 times x minus 8, and we want to solve the inequality such that this function is greater than 0. Okay, well, again, I'm going to suggest doing this graphically. Draw a picture. The zeros of the function, what makes this 0 is negative 8, what makes this 0 is positive 8. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, put a dot for that 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 8, put a dot for that 0. This parabola opens up because the leading coefficient is positive. So again, I don't care what's going on down here. That's not my interest. What I'm interested in is that I have the correct shape of the graph, and that I have the things in the correct quadrants, and that my zeros are correct. Now, this time I want to know where my function, where the y value, this is what f of x really means. This is really a y value. Where is y greater than 0? Well, that would be in quadrants 1 and 2, right? That's where y is greater than 0. So what I do is I shade in the parts of my parabola that are in quadrants 1 and 2. That would be this branch. That would be this branch. So in other words, these are not part of my answer. So when I scan from left to right to get my answer, and I scan this branch, remember this branch also goes, over this way, and this branch goes over this way. This first branch I'm scanning is from negative infinity to the number negative 8. I put a paren on negative 8 because there's no equals. In other words, my zeros aren't included. I ignore all these numbers because they're not shaded in. I hop to the next part of my answer, which starts at the number 8 and goes to infinity. When I scan from left to right, this would go from 8 to positive infinity. And remember, whenever there's disjoint regions they don't touch, in interval notation you put a union, and that would be from 8 to infinity. There's a bunch of weirdness going on here. I know some of my students get 8 and infinity mixed up, but they're not. Okay, that's 8, that's infinity. And again, remember why I use parens here and not brackets, because there was no equals there. So it meant the zeros of this function weren't included. So this is my solution set to this problem. And where is that? Okay, choice A is wrong because they threw a bracket on there. Forget it. Choice B has the wrong numbers totally. Choice C shaded the wrong region. Bingo. And we're done.